Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, and we were pretty excited to find that one.
Then guitars come into final assembly. In final assembly, we'll have the material handlers assemble the parts kit.
Okay. Wow.
So now you have all your controls, and we'll do the controls as a sub-assembly at our electronics department, which is next door in the same building as the demo shop.
Yeah.
So they'll wind all our pickups and do all our control sub-assemblies, and then here we can drop it in and then just solder the pickups to the controls and install the tuners and knobs and so forth. So this bin coincides with this first guitar, second guitar, and so forth.
That's handy. So then once they're at a station, they just pull a bin, pull a guitar.
Yeah, and it gets on here. They'll drill out for the tuner holes, jack plate holes, clean out the bigger tuner holes, you know, from the paint build, and then they'll install the tuners, and then and strap buttons, and then this slides down the line, this workboard, with all the parts.
Oh wow! Oh, how cool!
So then it comes to this point. So now it's got the tuners, but they'll put the screws on at this station and then install the controls as they come down here. Once they get down here, then they start the assembly process. Or not assembly, but the setup process.
So you're sitting here and it's kind of a surprise in terms of what you're going to get next coming down the line, or do they have some kind of, here's the next 20 we're doing?
Yeah, they do have kind of a basic product mix, and they'll have morning meetings to find out what to expect.
Yeah.
But it's not literally like, okay, I'm done with this Les Paul, now I'm going to look forward to an SG. It's just kind of how it flows.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So when it gets to the adjusters, these are really, even though we have a ton of guitar players throughout the whole process, this is really the first station where you literally have to be a guitar player.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to set it up and play it to know that it's set up to spec. We'll pre-populate tail pieces with strings. Not only does it save time, but more importantly, you're not going to potentially scratch the surface of the guitar.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can just drop it on, string it up, and then start the setup process. So they'll have to be responsible for doing that final nut shaping and the final nut filing to get it to the appropriate height.
Sure.
Then they'll adjust the action, adjust the neck, adjust the pickups. Any and all adjustments are done by them. Once it leaves, it's set up to our specs and criteria. Then it will go to the cleaners. The cleaners will then give it its final polishing and install the truss rod cover and control covers. If they see maybe handling scratches or things like that, they'll give it to a spot buffer to shine up, bring it back, give it a final polish, and then give it to the final inspector. The final inspector then, again, has to be a player. He has to give it that final playability test. He can look up spec sheets on his computer if he has to verify a certain set of electronics or hardware, and he has to verify that the electronics function correctly, that the appropriate assembly is on the guitar, that all the hardware is correct for that model. Once he verifies it, he'll take a picture. We keep a digital copy synced with that serial number in our records, and then we print one out, and then he'll sign off on the inspection tag, and then that photo accompanies the signed off inspection tag with the guitar, and then it goes to the packer. The packer will then sign off on the tag and then put it in the appropriate case with the appropriate case candy, which are adjustment tools, straps, and so forth.
Yeah.
And then he'll put it in the carton, and then that's the end of the line.
So if you're working here, you're paid to play Gibson guitars all day long.
That's right.
And be the gatekeeper and the,
yeah.
the final one.
And it's a lot of responsibility because your name is going on that tag.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's kind of cool for them too, because then they'll kind of have their little following.
Yeah.
And you know, on some of the forums, you'll see people say, "Oh, I got this guitar done by Patrick. That's the second one he did."
Oh,
or
wow,
maybe
that's cool.
Stacy. Oh, Stacy did mine. You know, so they have their little following, which is very cool.
That is cool.
And that's kind of the payoff for having that responsibility and carry the weight of doing that job.
I always loved the photo in the case. It was
Yeah.
so cool to see that. Like,
And it's funny too, you know, we started that as for one, it just creates this nice, you know, birth certificate type of thing, right? And then two, it's a great quality control tool because now we have a photo and that's proof of what it looked like when it left the bench. So if we get someone out in the field say, hey, I think you put the wrong color knobs on, or something like that, we can look up that photo and verify based off the serial number. And so sometimes, you know, you may say, hey, it left the factory, right, maybe the dealer, and maybe the dealer broke a knob and just decided, well, we don't have a full set of those, we'll put these other ones on.
I gotcha.
Or maybe it did slip, right? And so, hey, our bad, we'll replace the knobs. So it's a great quality control tool, and it just makes everyone feel better about the whole process. But funny, you know, sometimes we'll get people, they'll call up, you know, customer service saying, hey, I bought this guitar from a dealer and I opened up the case and I think they sold me a used guitar. They're like, well, why do you think that? Well, because there's a picture the previous owner took on his table. They're like, no, that's how it left the factory. You know?
Oh, they don't
get it. So they don't get it, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. And then that's the end of the line.
Up. Yeah, this is the end of the line.
They get boxed up and then they go in the warehouse. End of the line.
Can I take a peek at some of these and just...
Sure, yeah. So these are some guitars that have come off the line that require additional work.
Oh, okay.
So they're red tagged. Jam, there's a jam on the rim. So in here, they'll have to do a repair there before they can then re-inspect it and fix it. So that'll be a finish type repair.
Otherwise
Sometimes
it goes straight in a box. If it passes, it
yeah,
goes straight in a box.
yeah. When it reaches that table, it'll go from that table into a case, into a carton.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I can't thank you enough for giving us the full tour. This was really a bonus.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And an amazing opportunity to see Gibson USA, Gibson Nashville main plant. Can we do a quick sign off with you here?
Absolutely.
All right, well, hey, for Plain Trade Guitars, I'm John, that's Zach behind the camera. We're here with
Jim DeCola
of Gibson Nashville, Gibson USA. This has been an incredible opportunity to get the tour from somebody who's been in this industry for 42 years. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
And thank you so much for hosting us and having us here.
We're very happy to have you.
Thank you so much. Make sure you hit subscribe and drop a comment. What do you think of Gibson these days? We have been just overly excited to come and see these facilities because the guitars that are coming out of Gibson nowadays are some of the best we've ever played, and I think the company should be very proud, and we're thrilled to play them. So
Thank you so
what a
much.
beautiful opportunity. Hit that subscribe button, hit like. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.
All right.
Really appreciate that.
Man, I do
Thank you
too.
so much. Appreciate
Right.
it. That was unbelievable. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
So incredible.
Thank you. It's always a good, I feel good, you know, I mean, I'm very proud of what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you know, especially, you know, folks in your situation, I mean, you're supporting us, and it's just a great thing, you know. It's just this great relationship we have, so.
Hopefully we get to come back and do some more filming in the near future.
Always
That'd be
welcome.
great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So much. Cool.
All right.
Show them the Firebird. And,
Oh, yeah.
well, might as well, right?
How you doing? Good, thank you. Good. Dude's rocking out, man. Hey, can we show you two of our guitars on the way out when we get back up front?
Sure. Love to. Oh, all right, I'll be back. Is it look good? All right, thank you. All right, appreciate it.
We have a Gibson custom Firebird that we got last year, but it seems to be a one-of-a-kind finish, and I wanted to get your take. Maybe you know what that finish color might be. It's like it's kind of like a green burst. I mean, I guess like Inverness green, but something seems unique about it.
Where'd you get it?
I bought it locally. I actually bought it from a guy on Craigslist. He was the original owner that got it from Gibson Custom.
Oh, wow.
And I believe he said it was a special order, but it ended up being just a really special guitar to us. So I figured I'd have you take a quick peek at it.
Yeah, this will be our new R&D work cell.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is now we can actually make all of our own prototypes
instead of like ordering through production and say, hey, give us like so many neck blanks or give us so many bodies, now we can do it all in there.
Okay. That's research and development back there where they do their own prototypes in-house and everything.
Yeah, so that's cool that you're from Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
So I grew up, you know.
Can we get one picture with you against that big Gibson wall?
Oh, sure.
Can we do that? You want to take a picture of us against that Gibson wall, Zach? It's too cool.
Without masks, I've had my vaccination.
Is that okay? I've been vaccinated too. So is Zach.
If you're good without masks, I'm good without
Okay,
masks.
we can do it without.
Cool. I mean, to have a boss like Cesar and JC,
Yeah.
and they're like on the same sheet, you know, that we are. you know?
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Very good.
Oh, that's so great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so growing up, you know, I'd go to the Aragon Ballroom and
Yeah.
International Amphitheater, which since closed, Rosemont Horizon, all those places. I worked on Randy Rhoads guitars
Wow.
a couple months before he died in Rosemont.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Wow. He said he worked on Randy Rhoads guitars.
You know, the iconic picture of Ozzy holding Randy by the leg
Yeah.
was done at that Rosemont Horizon show by a photographer named Paul Natkin, who is Chicago-based.
Really?
But he went on to do a lot of other, you know, rock photography and became very notable, you know, in that world. But he shot it there at that Rosemont Horizon show that I worked on Randy's guitar.
Wow. Wow.
That's a good.
And it was just so tragic that 2 months later, you know, he was gone.
How sad.
Yeah. But, you know, and then later on, you know, when I was at PB, I designed the Van Halen Wolfgang. So I'm very proud, you know, to me, those
Really?
are the two guys of that whole genre and era.
Yeah.
And I got to work with both of them.
Oh my goodness. He designed the PV Van Halen Wolfgang. Yeah. Did you had an association with the Fender custom shop, right?
Well, I was hired into Fender in Nashville, which was the custom shop east at that time.
Interesting. Okay.
And so then I worked there for 11 years, and then for about a year and a half of that time, they were trying to get me to move to Corona to work in R&D.
Okay.
And so I commuted back and forth between Nashville and Corona, and then sometimes Scottsdale.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to make that move.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful, and the cost of living and everything there just wasn't
Sure.
a good balance
Sure.
for the family.
Yeah.
So I opted to stay here.
I'm gonna show you just real quick. I'm gonna
Sure.
let you take a peek at this. Yeah, you like Nashville and just wanted to.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
here. So this is our 1990 custom Firebird.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that unique? Have you
That
seen something
is.
like that before?
No, I haven't. I have not. Did you show the custom shop folks?
We did, yeah.
What did they say?
I showed Cesar, and it sounded like there wasn't a consensus on what that finish is, but
Wow.
he said maybe it was a dealer, like a special order from a dealer. That
It looks like it was a seafoam green with a darker green shade. You know, because here, and you would expect seafoam with the mother toilet seat, right?
Yeah.
Wow, and that's true celluloid too.
Wow. A very 1990 thing to do. Someone swapped it out with the gold bridge. The original one
yeah.
is in the case here.
Wow.
But yeah, it's got that reverse headstock matching that same green fade. It's just we
Yeah, that's very unique.
Found it in St. Charles.
yeah yeah original owner.
Wow.
We went shopping for a custom shop guitar used, and of all the places we checked, you know, online everywhere, all over the country, you know, you don't know where you're gonna find one. And it just happened to be on Craigslist 7 minutes from my house.
Wow, what a fortuitous find.
Right?
Wow.
So we love that guitar. It's important on our channel, and it's made our logo and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upside down fire.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you that one because I thought maybe.
Yeah, it's like total seafoam with that fade, that more lime fade around it. That's very cool.
Yeah. And then this one actually we just picked up from the demo shop when we visited. Can I get that back one?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. So I guess we like green guitars.
Yeah, right.
In case you couldn't tell. But that's
Wow.
that's an R7. Look, I guess we'll call it a green top instead of a gold top.
Yeah. Wow, that is cool.
Yeah. And we were pretty excited to find that one. R7 up.
Wow. R7 up. There you
There you
go.
go. Kyle's on it.
That's perfect.
Thank you for everything.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, thank you
All
very
right.
much. Once
Yeah,
again.
a pleasure. Really.
Such a pleasure, man. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right. Great to meet y'all.
Have a great time.
All right.
All right, how long do you guys think John will keep his safety glasses on?
Gibson Nashville, dude. Gibson USA. That was an experience. That was an incredible tour. Jim was so kind. 42-year veteran in the guitar industry, seems to have done it all. We're getting around, but we're getting it. Gibson's treating us right. You believe that?
Unreal generosity, dude.